we aren't able to see anything because our vision is impaired.
All right.
Maybe we should start with that.
Should we do this?
I want to talk about that, yeah.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing 4, 5, 6.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Poter.
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
My mother is a self-proclaimed sex expert and cougar and the world's oldest living millennial.
And and my son is self-proclaimed stand-up comic, mime, clown, and of course, one of the human fountains on America's Got Talent.
Tremendous. Together we talk about sex in order to provide you a laugh, give you a sex tip, and destigmatize this whole conversation about it because we don't talk about it enough in our society.
And if we did, things would be a lot better.
I think it's on everyone's mind, but no one really talks about the details, to really express the true feelings about it. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So this is the Monday morning after show where we talk to you guys, our listeners, about your comments and questions and
concerning the last particular episode, which was on, what was that?
It was called Quaaludes and Coming with Kate Quigley.
That's right. It was fabulous.
It was fabulous. But this, anytime you guys want to participate in the conversation, it doesn't need to be just our last episode. You can text us or leave us a voicemail.
Yeah, yes, text mom.
You can also...
That's what do you call that? That's the numerical. You have to go to the numerical equivalent of yes, text mom.
Yes.
In case people don't know what that means. You have to actually go and put it
Type in yes, text mom on your phone, save us a contact, and text away. Or leave us a voicemail. We love hearing your voice. Okay.
We could say that we have a Patreon page.
Say it.
We have a Patreon page. Yahoo! And what is Patreon? It is the only way that you guys, one of the only ways that you can financially support us so that we can continue to give these free episodes of Sex Talk with my mom.
You can watch the video of this on our Patreon page. So if you guys want to see what we look like and what it is like you can see the brace that I'm currently wearing on my arm because I've injured myself.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Isn't that exciting? Now, isn't that worth donating a few bucks his way? It's patreon.com/Sex Talk with my mom. In case anybody wanted to know how you can help, that's how you can help. And what it is, it's a membership program.
And yes. We give you bonus content there. They get it. Moving on. So you can also hit us up with your questions or comments on iTunes in the review section. That's probably our favorite place for you to hit us up because it really helps us get higher in the search results and gives us more credentials when we approach other podcasters and say, hey, do you guys want to collab?
We have a lot of reviews.
Yes, we got a lot of reviews. So let's read one because these have been wonderful recently.
Let's hear it.
So this one says, and I might be repeating this one actually, but whatever. It says, very funny, ! 5 stars by Kelly Bean 725. Tell me if this sounds familiar. So glad I found this podcast. I try to be so open with my kids about sex. I appreciate the open and honest nature of the episodes with the humor added makes it great.
No, I have not heard of that. That means that...
I think I just read it a few times because it was so powerful.
It was great because we haven't really gotten to moms with their kids. We've mostly talked about kids with their moms. So, yeah, I'm talking about the reviews have usually been like...
From kids about there, but the relationship they have with their parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's very helpful to hear from you guys. And thank you very much, Kelly Bean.
Kelly Bean, thank you. And also any other moms that want to talk to us, please reach out. I'm alone here. I'm lonely in my little mom tower here.
Oh, okay. All right. So should we had some great comments this week.
We did. I think we should start with, I thought the topic today.
The theme of this episode.
The theme is going to be insecurities.
Insecurities has been coming up a lot for us this morning, at least.
Actually, I came up this morning.
Well, should we talk about our brief experience with this insecurity discussion?
No, I wanted to bring up a funny one for sure, and then we can go into it.
Okay, go for it.
It's going to be more like a emotional one. Okay, so this is what happened. I decided to do a what's it called?
Thirst trap.
I thirst trapped my...
Jesus Christ.
I decided to thirst trap the people on my Instagram followers.
Why?
Why? Because sometimes I'm like a frisky mood, and I decide, I'll thirst trap them and see what comes up. So I decided on this particular occasion to thirst trap them. Well, I was wearing and I wasn't. I think living in California, you just grow accustomed to warm weather and everything. But coming from Chicago all my life, I wasn't able to wear sundresses all that often because there was like 2 days of the year that it was actually warm out in Chicago. So this particular day was actually in LA, but I decided to write that I really enjoy wearing sundresses and I would love to wear them all year round. And is that wrong? And what do you guys think? And what are your thoughts? And I got like 120 thoughts on this.
This was a thirst trap?
It was a thirst trap because it was kind of like a boob shot
in
my sundress.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't a total boob shot. I'm saying you could see my like.
But you do this for like the gratification of feeling like these guys adoring you?
No, I do it because I know I'll attract attention to the conversation, which is what happened.
Sure.
You ready?
Okay.
This is from a podcast listener. So most of the people said, yeah, you should be able to wear sundresses all year round.
Okay.
Okay, it wasn't the most astounding thought in the world, but I thought.
Wow, really sparking that conversation.
I sparked some conversation about sundresses. A lot of people have some very adamant opinions about it. Pretty much everybody said I could wear them all year round.
Yeah, I wonder why. You're showing them your tits when you're wearing the fucking sundress.
Usually sundresses tend to show a little more cleavage than other dresses.
All right.
Anyway, the point was that I got this one and I thought I would share this with you. I don't know if you're going to like it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
This guy's name is Warlord.
Okay.
Apparently he's also a podcast listener. This was on my Instagram page. Makes it easy for UNDs to bang anywhere real quick. So I thought that was kind of funny.
The sundress.
The sundress.
Okay.
All right. Then he decided to add something. This part you may not be happy with. Yeah, KarenLee Poter. I listen to you guys all the time. Please tell your son to sack up a bit. Sometimes it's like he's your daughter. I did not respond to that.
Wow.
But I thought I'd share that with you.
What do you make of it?
No, I want to know what you make of it.
I love that comment.
You do?
I love it.
Why? You like being called a girl?
Yes.
Oh.
100%. Were you expecting me to say that?
No, I thought you were going to go off on him.
No. A man to be in touch with his feminine side and to not be afraid to show that to the world is probably the strongest thing I think a person can do.
Wow.
The equivalent for women would be a woman in touch with her masculine side, not being afraid to show that to the world.
Yeah.
Going against the social constructs to show how you really feel about something, incredible.
Well, I did feel when I read that from Warlord that he was being male chauvinistic, or what's the word? Macho. Trying to be macho.
He's being an ignoramus.
Yeah.
But in doing so, he makes me feel very good about myself.
Yeah, whereas most guys would be like, oh, I'm pissed off at him.
I've had this idea recently. Sometimes, when it's frustrating to go somewhere and you're talking. I was at a party this weekend and, I'm meeting people and I get frustrated myself when I can't find someone that I really vibe with, that I really like, a woman that I want to be in a relationship with. I'm like, God damn it, when is this? So you start thinking, well, picture what you're kind of looking for. And here's something that's going to make me sound very girly. Sometimes I kind of imagine it like, because I kind of recognize that I'm very interested in more very strong women. Okay?
Oh, you got a strong mother.
I got a strong mother. And I think there's something about like the image. So I conjure up this image. The first is an image of a king and a queen. And sometimes you can see the king and queen as these two people, like the king is like all powerful and he runs a kingdom and his wife stands by him, but she's kind of like in the shadows. She's kind of like a damsel in distress a bit. A little bit like Trump and Melania in a way.
Okay.
She's not really there supporting him. She's kind of just like his arm candy.
Or you can look at the Game of Thrones type queen, like Cersei's.
What's that one?
Don't you watch Game of
No.
Thrones? Oh, never mind. She's very strong. Like overpowering strong.
So then that's the other type of king and queen. I picture like a Marcus Aurelius or someone who's like someone who can be powerful, but so powerful that he's going to want a partner who's powerful as fuck as well. And together they command as a team.
You like a team approach.
Yes. I want her to be pushing me. I want
challenging.
I want the challenge. I want she's got to be strong as fuck.
Good.
Yeah.
I raised you right.
And so I think it relates to this girly comment because basically those kings, I think, are more in touch with their feminine side. They are more sensitive and feminine in the most traditional ways. So this is a great comment for me, I think.
So you're able to be that reigning, powerful king in touch with both sides and looking for a woman.
This is the goal. I'm looking for a queen.
You're looking for the queen. I like that. I think you should always look for the queen and never give up and take up serve.
Yeah, I don't know. One other interesting thought about this, about masculine and femininity. I have heard that monks, and I've shared this on the podcast before, I think.
No, you haven't.
After years and years of meditation, the male monks even their physical appearance begins to look more feminine.
So they're looking like a woman more than
They begin to look a little bit more androgynous.
Androgynous.
And the nuns, the women, start looking a little more masculine. Isn't that interesting?
I was thinking that it's possible because they're probably all having sex with each other. Because
No one is having sex with each other.
No? No monks are.
No.
I bet there's a lot of hanky-panky with the monks.
There's no hanky-panky with the monks.
No. I bet you that if you looked into something.
Yeah, there's probably a few monks that are doing hanky-panky, but usually if you're committing your whole life to a monastery, you're likely not. You're probably just going to be in it. You're not going to pick and choose. You'll just leave. No one's keeping you there.
Be getting horny over there.
No, I don't know. They probably are getting horny. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's an interesting question.
So you're saying that if you were a monk, you'd be starting to look like a woman.
This is what I've heard. I don't know, and I actually don't know the connection between these two ideas. It's just an interesting concept. Anyway.
But back to physical looks. I think that's where we're going with this discussion.
All right, let's go to physical looks.
So this morning I was telling you that I was discussing on my live stream how some guy decided to say the quote was annoying quote. I'm going to give you this. This is
all right. Just give me the gist.
No, it's a guy Peter who's already made comments on our podcast, Peter, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to say it, and I know I should not. Did you have a B job?" I'm assuming that he's not talking about blow job. He's talking about boob job. Yes. I saw you in a bathing suit, and it seems too good to be true.
Oh, yeah.
And I went off on Peter because if you make a comment like, "I know I shouldn't say something, but I'm going to say it anyway," shame on you.
I think he probably thinks it's kind of like a compliment to you.
No, that's not a compliment by saying, "Did you have a boob job?" That's annoying and that's disrespectful. And Peter knows better.
All right.
Okay.
So it made you insecure about your boobs?
No, of course it didn't make me insecure. It made me annoyed by someone named Peter who has the gall to say, "I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I am going to do it anyway." So we decided to talk about, I had that comment, then I had another comment about how this one guy is 34, he dates older women, and he loves their body. I love their body's stretch marks. I think it's beautiful. So I thought to myself, there's a guy who actually loves what most women are freaked out about, is their stretch marks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started equating stretch marks to like the rings on a tree. Whereas a tree gets older, you get more rings, and it makes it more beautiful.
Oh, I like that.
And I think stretch marks and scars and bad tattoos are all things that people have gone through in their life, and it's kind of showing who they are. It's a good thing. It's not necessarily something that you have to be shy about. And if you are shy about it, you can always turn the damn lights off. Darkness is our friend, as I say.
And so this struck up a conversation between the two of us.
Yes.
Because I said, you mentioned another guy expressing insecurity about his toes.
Yeah, so one of the guys.
And I said, I have insecurity about my toes.
No, he said he was insecure about his feet.
Right.
Because he said that he was so embarrassed about his feet that he wouldn't even wear sandals if he was going on a date.
Right.
And then we got into a discussion about you, apparently, that you
I have a similar insecurity.
You have a weird shaped toes, and that you see, I'm laughing already.
For our listeners, it has been an ongoing joke of my family that I have goofy toes. And basically, it's not that crazy. My second toe slightly overlaps my first toe.
Right.
But I can make it look pretty silly.
So he makes it look silly because he's a lot of times clowning. And I said, well, I know about your toes, but that's more of a bit. That's not something you're really insecure about. And this struck up a conversation.
Because it does make me insecure. And it is something that it's not something that's going to prevent me from wearing sandals. I'm wearing sandals right now. But it is something that if choosing which shoes to wear, am I going to, and I'm going to like a place where I'm going to meet someone who I want the affection of.
You want your queen to not see your feet.
I would rather choose closed-toed shoes to open-toed shoes because I know that I have goofy toes. And so
did you really in your heart believe that if your queen came into a party and you are talking to her and having a great conversation and she looked down at your feet and she saw your overlapping toe, that in any way, shape, or form would stop her from dating you?
No, I don't think that's going to be the case. However, sometimes you can kind of dress in a way that makes you feel more confident about yourself.
Totally.
And so this is one of those ways.
Call attention to your toes.
Right.
But on the other hand, you don't think, oh, really, damn, there's a up-butting.
No, I think it's more likely it's going to affect my own psychology, my own mental state when actually.
You want to be in perfect game time position.
Correct.
When going out and meeting people.
Yeah. And so it raises a lot, okay, so this is probably not as dramatic as your YouTuber suggesting. It really makes him, he doesn't want to wear open-toed shoes ever. This is a very subtle, sandals. This is a very subtle one for me. But it is interesting that what we joke about, at least what I joke about, can often be something that I actually do have some insecurity about as well.
And I also think we should talk about, in general, the importance of looks on self-confidence.
Well, can we
Okay.
the first point is, should we be joking
about someone's insecurity? Or I've always
because you got upset because you were like,
because I thought I hurt my son's feelings.
You have been feeling insecure. Why didn't you tell me this? You got upset with me for not even expressing to you.
Yeah.
Hey, I was hurting you.
Yes, I don't ever want to think that I'd be hurting my son by making fun of some body part that he's embarrassed about.
But the truth was, it's a fine line, like if it was really serious, and I had to stop wearing sandals entirely. I think that I would tell you, hey, that's something I'm really upset about.
Yeah, I think if you come from especially comedians, I think comedians in general, like I'm thinking about your dad, who was an all-time comedian. He would point out things like he had a yellow dot in his eye, and I'd be like, ew, and he'd like push it at me to show me the dot, and so some people like to get attention by pointing out their flaws.
I will say that I have learned over the years of doing comedy, what people make fun of me for are the biggest gifts. Hearing someone make fun of me is literally the biggest gift I can get as a comedian. I have often been made fun of by having too close of a relationship with my mother, and that is in large part why I chose to create this podcast.
You're like, fuck you. I'm going to embrace this.
It's more like, oh, this is actually what makes me different. This is the thing that makes me. That's why people are making fun of me.
Well, it's weird that you say that because your sister said the same thing when she was always reading books. And I'd be like, why are you constantly reading books at the pool whenever he's playing? It's not normal. And she looked at me and she was like 7. She goes, who said I want to be normal?
Yeah. I mean, part of me, of course, does want to be normal. Part of me wants to have normal fucking toes. The other part of me knows that this is a funny thing I could use. I've done
it makes you unique.
Clown routines that call attention to these toes because I know this is a funny attribute of mine. But at the same time, it's not usually what I want. It's not my most flattering attribute that I'm going to shove in some queen's face when I first meet her. Okay, speaking of books.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So wait, are we done with that whole discussion?
We're running low on time, so I think we need to be low. We have to.
But I do want to hear from our listeners on this. Should you make fun of your partner's insecurities, or do you just keep it close to the vest and don't engage?
Partners or family members or people that you can trust.
So I mean, I'm always taking the lead by, if the person's saying that it hurts their feelings, I will never make fun of them. But
yes.
if they are saying that, hey, it doesn't really hurt my feelings, it is a bit, but I am getting a little insecure about it, then I would probably, have to. That's how my temperature gauge would be, by like asking the person if it really bothers them.
Yeah. What was the other point you wanted to make about all this?
about physical looks affecting self-confidence.
Yeah. I mean, we got a text actually. So the last morning after show, we were talking about it's called My Partner's Hornier Than Me, and this guy wrote in saying that his big dick actually prevents him from having sex that much with this woman.
Right.
Because it's painful for her. And he followed up after that episode saying, he's done all this work and he just has not been able to find someone who's able to adapt to his size. It's amazing the different things that we can be insecure about. Most guys are insecure about the smallness of the penis.
Oh, we had plenty of those. I had some guy de-patron. He left my Patreon page because I brought up the size issue. Just even talking about the size issue made him leave.
We also got a follow-up text. This person said, as a bi man, size does matter. Too big, too girthy is uncomfortable for regular sex. A random Saturday night monster is okay, but for me, too big is a problem for regular partners. I'm a little below average, about 5 to 5.5 inches. I've had a lot of partners, and only has one ever mentioned my size. Also, I've always heard women say guys with big dicks don't try as hard. I love the show, Karen, keep rhyming. So
wait, keep rhyming. I like that guy.
So I mean, it is. People have different preferences, I think, when it comes to this shit.
It's all about the fit.
But here is where I'm starting to lean.
Where?
It has nothing to do with the physical act.
Yeah.
The penis, vagina, penis, butthole, all that shit doesn't matter at all.
Well, as Nina Hartley said, if she can get someone off with the pinky on her finger, then obviously people with small dicks can do plenty, get people off no matter what size you are. Because the bottom line is it has nothing to do with the size, and like you said, it has nothing even to do with the penis or the vagina. It has to do with mental. It's all 99%.
It's a fucking. I don't even
it's
think
a
it's
head game.
I don't think it's just head or mental, emotional.
Oh,
I think like that. Okay. I think it's time to introduce this.
Let's introduce it, Cam.
Okay.
The moment you guys have been waiting for.
All right. I stumbled across.
We're going to announce that we're doing this. This is the Sex Talk with My Mom and Book Club.
Sex Talk with My Mom Book Club. Basically, we will be reading a book.
And you're going to be reading it with us.
If you read it
this
with
is like
us,
Oprah's book club.
In 2 weeks, in 2 Mondays from now, we are going to debrief this unbelievable, mind-blowing book that I stumbled upon called 11 Minutes by Paulo Coelho. Whatever.
We'll put it down.
He's the guy that wrote The Alchemist, but he wrote this book called 11 Minutes, which is about a prostitute, a Brazilian prostitute who kind of finds herself through prostitution. It is, if you're listening to this podcast, you will enjoy this book because it is sex related, and it's the best analysis and exploration of sex and love that I've ever read.
Yeah,
and it's written by a man about this woman,
right?
And it's unbelievable.
And it's narrated by a man.
Oh, we should say. So we listened to this the Audible version, which is only $6, and it is only 6 hours. It's phenomenal. It's narrated. You can listen to it in driving while you instead of this podcast.
I have not heard. Don't tell them instead of the podcast. Why would you say no?
I'm just
forget about that. No, forget about that. Okay.
It's so good. It's fucking
unbelievable. Kind of affiliate from Audible, and you're going, don't listen to our podcast. Just listen to Audible from now on. No.
It's narrated by Amelia Fox and Derek Jacobi. We'll put it in the show notes of this episode. The description of this episode.
I haven't heard you so crazy about it.
It's changed the way I view sex and relationships.
Are you done with the Zen and the motorcycle maintenance?
No, I'm still 3/4 of the way through that. It's that one's a slow burn. Anyway, so we'll talk about that in 2 weeks. I highly recommend checking it out, and then we can let us know what your thoughts are. And that once you've read it, please leave us a voicemail, send us a text to Yes Text Mom. We'll include it in that show.
And can I tell you? One of my guilty pleasures are Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. Love that show.
The fuck is it?
Oh, it's a series.
Oh, are you just going off on things that you like now?
A lot of sex in that show. Okay. Yeah. And
I would like to shout out.
I would like for people to let me know if you guys have seen The Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce.
I also would like to shout out a book that one of our listeners sent us. Her name is Nicole Best. She came out with a book called I Can't With You. HAIKANT with you.
In other words, haiku.
So it's just it's a great
little book.
It's an awesome book.
We'll have a link in the.
Do you want me to read some of
Show
these
notes.
haikus to you? They're hilarious.
Yeah, read the ones that you had already flagged.
Okay, so this one says, the fine line between caring too much / not enough, worst part of dating.
Oh, I like that one. I think that was my favorite one.
Met waiting in line. In no way was he her type. They left together.
I like that too. So far,
So
she's
phenomenal.
2 for 2.
Some of these are
haiku.
funny. They're moving.
All right.
Is it better to end it before getting hurt, or ignore it all?
Oh, that's like, is it better to have loved than lost and never to have loved it all? I love that one.
Get out her number. Gave out her number to 3 people at the bar. 3 texts. Who is who?
I like that one.
She's great.
Has that ever happened to you, by the way? That has happened to me. Well, I put someone's number as Adam in my book, and by accident, I text the wrong Adam.
So did you end up going? How did you figure out I was the wrong person?
Oh, when he texts back, said, I think this is the wrong Adam. God knows, when I was meeting up with one Adam, and I text somebody completely different.
You can check out more of these examples at Haikant with you, HAIKANT with you, on Instagram. Great Instagram.
Is it also on Amazon?
I think it is on Amazon. You
So
can
we're
buy it
gonna
there.
we're gonna have
in
a
the-
link
in the description.
we'll
Yeah.
have a link for you guys.
So thank you, Nicole, for sending this our way. We
It's
loved
called
it.
I Can't With You. I love
All right.
it. Sounds
I think
wrong.
we got to wrap it up, man. This is becoming a long.
Well, let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the haikus for these. Oh, I was trying to do a haiku,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody did say to keep rhyming, so okay.
That was not a rhyme.
I know it was a haiku.
No, it was not a haiku.
All right, I'm trying to. All right, go read some of these. See if anybody had anything interesting to say over there.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Bye bye. Love you.
All right.
Let's see who's over there.
Let's see what's going on here. All right. Hey, Cam and Karen from Bryson. Hi,
Hey,
Karen,
Bryson.
Karen and Cam from Mr. Pirate Brain. Hi, Bryson.
Hi, Mr.
I love your table. Love you guys too, but that's a treat table. LOL. Oh, thank you.
This is our podcast studio.
Welcome to the studio. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
We'll talk.